Jimmy Butler to stay away from the organization, using words like volatile to describe it. What is going on there? Now, our Mark Stein has said that that runs counter to what he is hearing from his sources. So I've got to ask, guys, with all of this stuff swirling around Cleveland, should Chauncey take that gig?
I don't think he should, personally. Now, I'm not in his pockets. I don't know how much money he's been offered. I don't know how much money he has. I do know Chauncey Billups is very, very smart. He's a good brother, knows the game, can dissect and evaluate talent. I think Chauncey Billups is going to be very good at his job, and I am told that the LeBron James and the Kyrie Irvings of the world and others are more than willing to give him a chance because they have profound respect for him. Gilbert is, Chauncey's his guy. He loves Chauncey, but Gilbert also believes he knows the game of basketball and tries to infiltrate the proceedings to some degree, and as a result, who knows what he's going to allow Chauncey to do. Considering the movement towards analytics and the fact that all of these dudes that get these jobs happen to be white, and it's very and sooner or later ain't gonna be any black executives the way things are going.
Why not? There'll be black executives who subscribe to analytics.
Well, again,
those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Well, I'm telling you, they're not the ones that are given opportunities. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm accusing the NBA of. I'm not saying that there are not black dudes that don't know analytics. I'm saying that the white guys who know analytics do a far better job of convincing those owners who all happen to be white outside of Michael Jordan.
Happen to be, yes. Isn't that interesting?
That they're the guys that should be that guy. So all I'm saying to you is that under that guys, if you're Chauncey Billups, you want to take that opportunity if it's available to you. But if you're looking at adopting a good situation, this situation seems to be turning downhill rather than uphill. That would be my concern. And unless he needs it, I would be very hesitant to take the job if I'm Chauncey Billups.
Those are good reasons not to take the job. If you're interested in GMing a team, though,
yeah,
the Cavs are a very interesting team to GM. If Chauncey Billups really wants to GM, if he likes geeking out, you know, like the reason fantasy sports is big, other than gambling, which is a huge driver of it, is all of us who follow sports think that on some level that we can GM better than the guy who's GMing the team. Or at least, boy, wouldn't it be fun to GM a team?
I just think I'd be a better executive than Phil Jackson, that's all.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, who wouldn't be a better executive than Phil Jackson? Got some people running the camera over here. I can
don't
find
insult
anybody.
them like that.
Well, I know I'm saying they'd be better than Phil Jackson, right? You guys would be better than Phil Jackson as a GM of the Knicks, right? One guy's saying no. Believe me, yes, you would. The point is that if you geek out on that kind of stuff, and most folks in sports do, even if you don't think you'd be the best, boy, it'd be fun to do it. That's why you have a fantasy team, half the reason. Then the Cavs are an interesting spot to go because, yes, LeBron is likely to leave. It's not certain. Maybe he stays, but maybe he leaves and you won't get compensation for him. But you have other interesting, tradable parts that should be able to fetch you a lot on the trade market. So I think it's understood if LeBron leaves, that era's over, and whoever's the GM in Cleveland is going to get a blank slate. Like, okay, no LeBron, let's see what you can do. And given the amount of talent on the team, a good GM can get in there and acquire young, ascending assets and put something really interesting together in Cleveland right now. So while I understand what you mean, like Chauncey comes in, maybe his brand takes a hit if suddenly the team falls apart. Yes, if on the other hand, Chauncey's like, I just really like to get my hands on a team and show people what I can do, then this is a really interesting opportunity. You can tear it all down, collect a ton of young assets, and in a couple of years be a really strong organization and get the credit as the guy who rebuilt the Cavs after LeBron left. As someone who's into that idea, if I were Chauncey, that would intrigue me.
Do you want to be the guy that has to rebuild in the aftermath of LeBron's departure? Because that's a once-in-a-generation kind of player. And rebuilding from that perspective, I mean, that's hard to pull off. So when you look at it from that standpoint, listen, I don't think it's an attractive situation for Chauncey to be in, but then again, it's because of what's happening right now. If Gilbert was going to step back and let his guy do the job, then I have every confidence that Chauncey Billups will find a way to make things happen. It's just that it's a challenge.
Well, and also, Cleveland's the kind of market where you're not going to attract free agents. The only reason anyone's interested now is because a transcendent talent like LeBron is there. You can't simply replace LeBron with Jimmy Butler or Paul George and expect other free agents to want to play there.
Which means that if Chauncey gets the job, folks are going to put it on him to convince LeBron to stay. and that's a tall task
or else
to put on his shoulders.
Sure, or else if he doesn't,
if
he doesn't, let's see what you can do. It's not as easy as, say, going to the Clippers with the idea we're cleaning house and starting over, because you have a prime market, you have a ton of talent that you can also trade. In Cleveland, all you have is the tradable talent and one superstar who's going to leave, and you're not going to get compensation for him if he does. Still in all, if he's genuinely interested in the job of GMing, not the result, but the process, Cleveland's an interesting spot.
And we're hearing that Chauncey's family might be coming into this as well. They're based out west. He likes the stability they have there.
He loves the, he's from Colorado. He loves Denver. He loves that area. But he's got a great family. But Chauncey's is very smart. His wife is wonderful. He's a family man to the core. They will help him make that decision. If they're okay with it, he will do it. If they're not, he won't.
A good place to be. All right, coming up on